you aware that some fans are calling for a boycott, given JK Rowling's ongoing campaign against trans people?
I was not aware of that, no. I'm very sorry. I think we're all living in a period of time right now. We're all going to have to figure out how to live together, aren't we?
Emma Watson, right? She issued this like groveling apology to JK Rowling after saying that trans children deserve rights and all this stuff. Basically she supported child abuse, but she also wants to keep, those opportunities coming. So she then had a response from JK Rowling, who described her apology as a change of tack I suspect she's adopted because she's noticed full-throated condemnation of me is no longer quite as fashionable as it was. This brings us to the new study. The trans fad was just that, a fad. And there's been something making the rounds, a chart. We want to clarify it a little bit because the left tries to throw the baby out with the bathwater and say, no, that's propaganda. It's not. There was a peak wokeism about the time you saw Dear White People and Cuties on Netflix. And now people are realizing that, you know what, maybe we let things get out of hand. It's this week's installment of No YouTube, right? So first off.
I love that.
When Nick DiPaolo's in the chair, like.
That word is just.
It's fun. I'm glad it's making a comeback.
Which one?
Keira Knightley showed you. She showed you in an interview here. She was interviewed. Now, just imagine Keira Knightley being interviewed about this in 2021. Right? Asked about JK Rowling and this anti-trans thing. Right. She would be stepping all over herself. Yeah. Well, I think we have to be sensitive. And now, like most of the Western world, when asked about JK Rowling's anti-trans ideas, she is doing what we've been doing for years, laughing.
I saw you're voicing Professor Umbridge in the new Harry Potter audiobooks. I was wondering, are you aware that some fans are calling for a boycott, given JK Rowling's ongoing campaign against trans people?
I was not aware of that, no. I'm very sorry. I think we're all living in a period of time right now. We're all going to have to figure out how to live together, aren't we? And we've all got very different opinions. So I hope that we can all find respect.
That's her, by the way, looking to like her publicist, going like, I have to handle this shite.
Was she in the film? Yeah, was she in the movies?
What was she? It was some kind of JK Rowling related thing, right?
Voicing it for an audiobook.
Voicing it for an audiobook.
That's very important.
Yeah. But it's great that she's able to laugh at it.
Response. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, it seems that she may have had a change of heart, or maybe a change of mind. Here's proof. That's my Keira Knightley impression. Yeah. Tea. All right.
Spot on.
Crack a walnut.
Nailed it.
She's very fetching. So.
She is.
This was because, Emma Watson, right? She issued this like groveling apology to JK Rowling after saying that trans children deserve rights and all this stuff. Basically she supported child abuse, but she also wants to keep, those opportunities coming. So she then had a response from JK Rowling, who described her apology as a change of tack I suspect she's adopted because she's noticed full-throated condemnation of me is no longer quite as fashionable as it was. This brings us to the new study. We've talked about this for a long time on this show. All references available, link in the description. It comes from University of Buckingham. Now, I want to be clear because there are some community notes out there where people are trying to say, well, this actually doesn't reflect what it's claiming to. It does. It does. And the person who conducted the study was actually not super thorough and used non-binary and trans interchangeably. So here's the chart that you may have seen from 2025 to 2022, to 25, 18 to 24-year-olds identifying as neither male nor female when asked to respond. Basically kind of saying, I'm neither, exist in the non-binary, part of the LGBTQ, AIP, the Gestapo. It went down from 7% to under 4%. So almost cut in half.
Massive.
That's pretty, it peaked and then dropped dramatically. Then you also see from 22 to 24, again, same demographic, identifying as bisexual, that declined from 22% to 14%.
Good, less selfish people.
Now on the flip side, same demographic, same time span, people identifying as heterosexual, normal for the uninitiated, went up from 71 to 81%. This is a trend across the board. Now, they didn't ask people if they identify specifically as trans, but if you read the study, he does sort of reference that. It seems like he may have made a mistake. When you look at all of it together, though, it's an irrefutable trend that we are seeing. It peaked, and then it declined. Let me ask you this. Comment. Why do you think that is? I'll present my case, but don't cheat. Pause. Why do you think that is? Were you about to say something?
I was going to say it could have been a little like I get why people are saying that, like in the neither male nor female, it's the non-binary versus trans, but most people know, like, hey, that's mostly going to be made up of people who identify as trans
or non-binary or pansexual or whatever made-up thing.
I think all of those are much smaller categories,
right?
So yeah.
So it's all the in-betweens.
Yeah.
Because there's 150 something genders that were available on Facebook. Now here's something. Let me present to you some supporting evidence here. I will tell you that this is a fad. It was a trend. And not only did it provide those with victim currency who claimed it, it also provided a lot of them with immunity. People would say, these kids are being bullied. No, actually, a surefire way to guarantee that you won't be bullied in the 21st century, for crying out loud, is just say you're trans, say you're gay at school, and people can't even legitimately criticize you unless they want to be accused of bullying. Here's some supporting evidence. Also, if it was just genuine, right? People, the counter argument, the left would say, well, that's actually just because people felt more free to come out and identify. That's why you're seeing it. They've always been trans. Well, then it wouldn't be geographically dependent like we saw. For example, the top cities with people who identify as trans: San Francisco, Austin, Portland, Seattle, Boston. Trans with Borders, I guess, is their nonprofit. Then if you look across generations, the silent generation, 0.4% boomer, 0.2% Gen X, 0.5% millennial, 1.1% Gen Z, then all of a sudden went up to 2.8%. So people can say, hey, it's because of open-mindedness. Well, then why would you have so many more Gen Z people identifying as trans than millennials or Gen X? Why would you have people in San Francisco and Austin identifying as trans and not, for example, in a place like Oklahoma? Also, to disabuse you of the notion that it's just because, well, they face discrimination, trans. Well, okay, do we have something else that we could compare it to? The percentage of our population that is gay has remained remarkably stable. As all these other numbers were oscillating, it's hovered around 2 to 3% pretty much through all of human recorded history. Do you guys know that? Also, you have trans people who say they're not gay. And I still don't understand it.
I don't know.
Tyler Robinson, he says he had a trans lover, but he hadn't gone through you're gay.
It's just plain gay.
You're gay.
Yeah.
You're gay with a wig and a dress.
That's exactly right.
That's all it is.
I mean,
and now I think kids are going, okay, all right, it's not cool anymore because we pushed too far. It's a fad.
It's like the social contagion.
Yeah, it's like a hula hoop, bell bottoms.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Pet rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went through that ourselves.
Showering.
We had a good 6 years.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess.
Very popular for 6 years.
There was a peak, and then it's been
And
pretty
then,
much just a valley.
Things kind of fizzled out.
Yeah. No, it can't always be gold.
Well, that was evil Hitler.
Yeah, right. Not happy Hitler.
What's the difference between non-binary and bisexual? I mean,
well, they claim bisexual is a sexual orientation, what you're attracted to.
Right.
Non-binary means you don't identify as male or female. But your point is well made. It's all bullshit.
yes.
Yeah.
Basically.
And then pansexual means you're non-binary and you're bisexual.
And you can't cook. Listen. What?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I mean,
Hello.
bringing back a little bit of shame for some of this stuff probably would have been helpful.
Yeah.
Like maybe there were some extremes, like tying a gay guy up to a fence post, stoning him to death. Yeah, that's pretty extreme.
That was done by his ex-boyfriend, by the way.
We shouldn't do that kind of stuff. Got it. But just shaming just
I
a
don't
little
see what's
bit,
wrong with that.
like that kept people in line. It's kind of like fat shaming. You don't want to go too far, but you want to be like, hey, buddy, to a good other guy, you put on a few pounds, right?
Yeah.
And a guy's like,
Or also just general parenting.
yes.
Just general parenting. Hey, I think I'm a girl. You're not. That's it. It doesn't need to go any further than that. I don't know if you know this. Like, you can do that as a parent.
Just say no.
Like, Dad, I want to eat my boogers. We don't do that.
Yeah, you silly little child. You have a Venus schnitzel. What are you talking about?
But they prefer boogers. I don't know why. I don't know why it's a thing with
I
some
never
kids.
understood that either.
Neither did I.
And you see adults do it.
I don't
I've
know.
seen clips on the internet of adults do it.
Oh, clips on the internet. Yeah.
No, but real ones.
I haven't seen one in real life, though.
I never, even as a kid, I'd see another kid. What are you doing?
I know.
So offensive.
What, do you pick your ass and do that? No.
Like, well, let me see.
I just love that Hitler said that was offensive.
I never understood that. It's so gross.
Well, you know what? I understand it about as well as I understand mutilating your genitals or parents allowing it at the age of 8, along with mind-altering hormones and puberty blockers. But the reason you also saw this spike is not only was it a trend, but we were force-fed this from leftists and not radicals, people in charge of the Democrat Party and people in charge of all of our institutions. That includes higher education, that includes media, that includes the entertainment industry. It has been shoved down our throats from those in authority we were told to trust.
Well, gender-affirming care is medical care. Gender-affirming care is mental health care. Gender-affirming care is literally suicide prevention.
It should not be the control of the parents whether a child, how a child identifies, how a child knows themselves to be. That isn't a parent's place. It's an overreach.
Do you think states should have a right to ban gender-affirming health care?
I don't think any state or anybody should have the right to do that. As a moral question and as a legal question. I just think it's wrong.
What the hell is that?
So proud to look like an ass.
What the hell is that?
How's your office responding to the
Like last of them are lesbians.
here in California?
Well, that is something that I'm working for at the national level, and we are hoping that we can have gender-affirming care for our trans kids.
When our children tell us who they are, it is our job as grown-ups to listen and to believe them.
Yeah, happy Hitler.
Yeah, well, I noticed that, they didn't give any credit to the people who invented mutilation.
Right. Yeah.
That was our thing.
Well, some
we were mutilating people. They don't give us any credit.
Well, I don't think you want credit for this. Also, the tribes.
But that was what we did first.
Hey, remember Happy Hitler?
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Yeah.
That was my brother. Sorry.
Yeah.
Very happy Hitler.
Take your nitrates. Also, they just.
Are you Hitler or are you a train conductor?
Is he Rain Man? Is he?
Both.
These are amphetamines.
Yeah, that's true. They were hopped up on everything.
Nice. Look at that hat. It's like the Green Monster.
Think about this. It's your job to listen as a parent. No, it's not. It's not your job to listen. Sometimes it's your job to listen, but I wouldn't even argue that is the primary portion of your job as a parent. When I was a kid, I told my parents I wanted to be a caterpillar at one time. Why? Because I said it's the only animal that gets to be two animals. I get to be both a caterpillar and a butterfly, and I didn't understand the actual lifespan of an insect. I thought I got to live twice as long. And they're like, you're an idiot.
But they're beautiful.
They can be beautiful.
You should do what you want.
I will do what I want, but that's not physically possible.
That's my advice to you.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're a non-binary bug.
Here's the takeaway. This may have been a bad idea. Here's the takeaway. It was a trend. We're seeing it. I guarantee you can bookmark it now. You're going to see this consistently decline. You are not going to see it tick back up unless we lose this. And by that, I mean God-fearing, Western civilization-loving Americans. Right now, you're in the driver's seat. Make sure you keep your foot on the gas and treat this as that bad period of time, that bad half a decade where we lost our mind, and leave it where it was. Give it no credibility like Keira Knightley. Laugh it off. Let your freak flag fly, just like the trans did. YouTube's is something you're not allowed to say according to the guidelines. I was quoting the guidelines. I'm glad you're still here. It means you watched this video all the way through. Oh, it says here that Rumble, where you can go follow my channel, lets you say pretty much anything, provided it's not illegal. That reminds me of, what does it remind me of? Oh, yeah. YouTube, pre-2015. Go on and follow me there. I'm live, 11 a.m. Eastern, weekdays. Don't call YouTube a. Oh, it's just a different way of saying it's.